said with with 100% seriousness, 1000% seriousness. Everyone who unfollows him is a follower of as a follower of Satan. Oh shit, we got Gary up here. What's good? What's good, G? I mean, obviously, since we got G up here, we're gonna fucking bring him up as a co-host. But I think it's a fucking absolute comedy show going on. I mean, any other way to look at this? I mean, why? Why would we look at this any differently, man? So I think again, um I think December 3rd, 2023, a community clown was born. What do you have to say about that, Big G? By the way, big welcome to Big G. Obviously, the man who created this entire GG33 space.
Um, Listen, I have noticed that whether it be MG or other people before them, some people start fucking with shit they don't understand what they're doing. And then, when they get repercussions, it's like, what the hell is going on? Um, I only person I hexed in the past few months is Aiden Ross. Okay. I didn't hex MG. I didn't hex anyone. The person I hexed before fucking Aiden Ross was Andrew Tate. Okay. If I hex you, you're gonna feel real fucking fast. I didn't hex these clowns. I don't hex people in my own fucking group. Okay. The only time you have a right to hex somebody is when they fucking go after you. Andrew Tate cost me millions of dollars, got me suspended in 2019. That will never be forgiven. Hey, I'm a Jew. Don't fuck with my money. Very simple. He did. I fucking did what I had to do, and he's been in a little bit of trouble since. Aiden Ross tried to fucking attempt to murder me. When you have your fucking modules fucking encourage people to dox, and then those doxers turn into people who turn into swatters. When someone swats your fucking house, there's a possibility you could be killed. You do stuff like that to me, that means you're fucking attempting murdering my ass. You best believe I'll hex you. But for people who think I just, oh, someone said Gary's fat, or someone said Gary's dumb, or someone, you think I fucking care? I'm fucking rich. I'm fucking famous. People pay me $2,000 for a reading for 45 minutes. I have celebrities calling me. I run a 3,000 member group. I have a fucking strong wife and family. I mean, if I'm this evil demon that people say I am, why am I not fucking promoting LGBT? Why am I not promoting sleeping with fucking a whole bunch of women all the time? You never see me promote shit like that. Why is that? I just don't understand where this shit comes from. I'm the guy who's actually telling you guys to be faithful, find a good woman, have a fucking family. I don't think that's demonish behavior. What do you think?
I mean, absolutely not. But the fact that anybody is taking this guy serious is just an absolute mind-boggling series of thought to me. Like, I just want to suggest to everyone look above in the jumbotron and look at the tweet that I shared where he was making his SoundCloud rap and tell me with a straight face, tell me with a straight face that you respect anything that this man fucking says. I'm
MG,
very open
let
hearing
me let
about it.
me let me just say this, MG, if you're listening, whatever the problem is, whatever you got yourself into, be a man, talk to me on the phone, we'll resolve it very quickly, man. Whatever you're going through could be fixed very quickly. Um, you know, Sometimes people hex themselves, and because they believe in it so much, and it happens. Um, what I will say is when people start thinking, they're doing something special because their God or something like that is watching them, that's when it gets a little bit out there. Um, People need to understand that even though everyone wants to be special, not everyone can be special. Some people's role is to be a foot soldier. And if you're not happy with that role, that doesn't mean I hexed you. You know, um, People really need to think about everyone's after my info, bro. Everyone's after my shit. And you know what? There's not one person who purchased my information who thinks I'm a scammer. Not one. Not one person who purchased my shit. But people outside say I'm scamming. You can find this stuff on the internet, or some other. Like, no one taught me this. I taught myself. This needs to stop. This needs to stop. If you guys are playing with shit you don't understand, don't blame me. Very simple. I don't teach people how to hex. I don't teach fucking any of that stuff. There's plenty of people who been in my classes who are in this room right now. Anyone who thinks I run a cult is out of their fucking mind. Out of their fucking mind. Yeah. People can think what they want. It is what it is.
I mean, absolutely. Anybody who thinks that you're running a cult, like, that's absolutely insanity. Like, I'm pretty sure cult leaders move much differently than how you move on Twitter. I think they would move much differently. I think they would be like much tighter on everyone. I think they would like trying to be control every single person. I mean, absolutely. Anybody who thinks that you're running a cult, like, that's absolutely insanity. Like, I'm pretty sure cult leaders move much differently than how you move on Twitter. I think they would move much differently. I think they would be like much tighter on everyone. I think they would like trying to be control every single person. You don't
Well,
do any of that. You let everyone do what they want, and I mean, just as long as they follow the guidelines with your restriction on
I mean,
information.
no one would have learned the information without me. So once they have it, why do they feel so special? I mean, you're smart for, understanding that, I'm the person to come to, but that doesn't make you a genius because you learn shit from me. I don't know where, like, if people say, they're, a god in training, and I'm the one who taught you, what the fuck am I? And I never claimed to be anything like that. Ever. It's just very strange, man. Very strange.
I mean, in all honesty, when I read stuff like that, especially, I mean, again, I refer everyone to look at the tweet above. It's the second one when you scroll past and you look at that tweet, and you listen to his SoundCloud and you hear the way that this guy can rap. Does that sound like a god to training to anybody? I would really want to see what people think about that, but I mean, absolutely. The fact I think personally, you give people information and it just makes people feel so above everyone else is because of how much you refined and built the information up. So it's naturally going to make people feel much more superior than everyone. So
I mean, but like I understand discovered it somewhere else. I mean, I don't understand why people would feel like so superior. You learned it from somebody else. You didn't even discover it yourself. I don't get where this shit comes from. Like, shouldn't I be the one feeling like that? And I don't. It's crazy to me.
yeah, yeah. I mean, one could say it's a personally. I think that if you feel an ego about another man's accomplishments like that and what another man put inside of your head, I think it's a little bit strange behavior. Personally, I mean,
How could
I've
how
never
could
I've never claimed that.
yeah, I mean, how can someone claim, that they're this and that when the person you got the information from doesn't even claim that?
Yeah.
It's just really strange, man. It's really strange. And people sometimes crack under pressure. I mean, MG came to me, he's like, yo, get me a job. I'm a job. And when he did something wrong, I told him about it. And it is what it is.
I mean, personally, I don't think anybody can disagree that Gary's been very generous in a man. The guy basically built his account on the premise of Gary's knowledge entirely. If anyone remembers the history of MG46, he built his entire account off of solely Gary's knowledge. Gary decides to give him a job, which is very generous. I mean, there's a lot of people in this space who do the exact same thing, and Gary gave him an opportunity. And he was talking, if I recall correctly, Gary talked very positively about MG46. And I mean, Like, how can you even go down this path and like go down this path of mental illness and delusion? That's what I personally think. I might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think it's I personally think it's mental illness.
You know,
So
sometimes when shit goes bad for people, they start believing they got hex. You know,
yeah, I
to
mean,
me, it's a cope. To me, it's a cope.
yeah, I mean, what was it? He was in it. I believe he was in his 8th personal year. So if
Yep.
you, so it's kind of interesting that he has a somewhat of a fall in his 8th personal year. I mean,
I
based
mean,
upon
you
your
know,
knowledge, that's
karma might play a role in that. Karma might play a role, and then for people to think that, you know, someone did something to them, maybe they need to look in the mirror. I mean, if you believe in God the way you believe in God, yeah. If you believe in God the way you believe in God, then if you did nothing wrong, no hex can touch you. I want people to understand that. You know what? I'll even go into it a little bit. A hex has to attach to something. You can't just put a hex on people. It has to attach to something. And the only thing it can attach to is bad karma. You understand? So when you have no bad karma, no hex can touch you because there's nothing to attach the hex to. Like, for instance, Aiden Ross, he just got a dog. Again, because there is something to attach to. Everything's going wrong for him now. Anything they can think of to go wrong will go wrong because he's a young man who is in a very powerful position, and he influenced people to be homosexuals, to be degenerates, to do drugs, and there's karmic repercussions with that. So when you have so much negative karma and you can attach something to it, you're fucked. But again, if you did nothing, no one can touch you. No one can touch you. If you have no bad karma, the Rothschild's personal fucking priestess couldn't touch you. You need bad karma to attach a hex to. And I mean, if you have no bad karma, there's nothing to attach a hex to.
I mean, I believe that's fair. I don't see any issues with that. I
No,
don't think.
it's the truth. It's the 100% truth. And people need to understand that while I do gatekeep information, and every day I'm so thankful I do, I don't lie to people. I don't do that because I don't fear anybody. There's no one to fear. Very simple.
Yeah, so I mean, all of every obviously, if people know who Gary is referring to, MG46, you know, this guy was saying that everyone's a Satanist who's unfollowing him. You know, if you're
That's ridiculous. That's such a ridiculous statement. It's just absolutely ludicrous.
I mean, it shows where his mental health is at. If anybody,
I mean, when me and you parted ways, we didn't have any issues like that.
absolutely not, absolutely
No, I
not.
mean, a couple bad words were said, but it was never any issues like this. So, I mean, listen, if people want to leave the group for whatever reason, they can. You signed a non-disclosure. You know, you benefit from the information you learned. Keep your mouth shut. That was the deal. That was the deal. And no one can say they don't know what the deal is because I make people sign a non-disclosure before they joined. There's no surprises here. No one forced anyone to do anything. It's just very silly.
Right, a former silver member, if that's not. And
Yeah,
and Gary just said that he's been posting silver information for clout. Like that's how he's building his following. Basically, is just kind of basically copy pasting.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, again, I don't really know any about those processes, but I will agree with you for sure. The guy is quite delusional. I think, in all honesty, you don't even have to really be a physiognomy expert.
If
That's
you want
one
to,
angle.
I mean, if you're a special individual, don't you think you'll be able to not use my clout, not use GG33, open a account, not talk about numerology and astrology and like build it if you're so special?
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, there's a way to prove that you're the man. It's very simple. You fucking delete the account I made for you because you didn't make that. Delete all the accounts and then start from nothing. Start from scratch. No GG33 hashtags, no nothing. Show people how special you are with your own knowledge. And if you can actually do it, then you actually proved you're special. To copy and paste another man, and then when another man says, "Yo, that's a little bit too much info," and then say you're holding me down, it's ridiculous. I mean, the guy wasn't even in gold. I mean, do you know what a big difference it is between gold and silver? It's night and day. It's absolute night and fucking day. You don't even know the top stuff in GG33. You know that's the stupidest thing about this, man. I mean, there's so much more to learn. There is so much more to learn. There is no need for this, and I mean, and while no non-disclosure was actually he didn't actually break it yet. He's borderline with it, but he hasn't broken it yet. I mean, listen, this can be fixed very simply. Give up those accounts and go on your fairy way. Very simple. No, there would be no hex, no nothing. Just go on your way and everything will be fine. Give up the accounts because if you think non-disclosure now equals evil, you never would have known this information without me. That's the whole point. Now, see, here's the problem. That woman who's like supporting him, you saw she had a butterfly tattoo.
I did see she has a
Yep.
butterfly tattoo. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So again, we know exactly what that means. That's a possessed fucking soul. You know, she's possessed. And if you're gonna, she's the one who's telling me demons taught me this stuff and it was stolen from indigenous people or some fucking bullshit. What it basically comes down to, she's a whore. Okay, I've never seen anyone who has that tattoo and not be a fucking whore.
They
And
do
when
some
whore,
very wild things. Very,
yep,
very,
and,
very wild things.
and once you have that tattoo, it's very clear what's going on. You're not actually in control. You've been fucking braided. Like you didn't put that tattoo on yourself. They put that tattoo on you because they own you. They braided you. You're theirs. You're possessed. And a lot of weak-minded individuals get possessed very, very easily. Very fucking easily. Guys, you see a woman with a butterfly, run, baby. Run.
I tell all the people who follow me, as soon as do not pass go. As soon as you see any hint of butterfly, even if it's just on the phone, even if it's on the phone case, walk in the other direction. Just ignore it. Just
Yep.
forget she exists.
100%. 100% because MG, I know you're listening. I mean, think about your biggest supporter has a butterfly tattoo. I mean, come on. Let's be real. Let's be real with ourselves. You know exactly what that means.
Yeah, it doesn't get any more obvious than that. That's
Doesn't get any more obvious. You got a fucking demon who's trying to root you on because I'm actually the good guy here. I'm actually the good. See, I'm actually making numerology and astrology mainstream. I'm sure some demons, who have had this knowledge, they don't want common people to know this stuff. Well, I'm making it so common people can know some of it, not all of it, but some of it. And when it comes down to it, the world is more enlightened because of me. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I made this stuff mainstream, whether people want to give me credit for it or not. It was all me. I mean, the group helped, but who put the group together? So it is what it is. And guess what? If you don't like my cocky ass attitude, too bad. No one's telling you to fucking give me $1. No one's telling you. I mean, do I go out here and fucking put guns to people's head and like give me money? As a matter of fact, everyone who's ever I mean, you left the group and we parted ways. Do you think what you gave me was a bad investment?
Absolutely not. I mean, I've said this time and time and time again. I've said this over and over and over again. This man's information will change your life. And if you have any thoughts about it, pull the trigger and make the decision. It's absolutely life changing. It's absolutely going to help you in every single facet of your life. Every single facet of your life. It's not even funny. It's amazing. So that's my view on it.
Where's Andre at? Get him up here.
Let's see. He's, I don't know where he's at.
Saw him here a second ago.
I mean, let me see. The thing is, I think the spaces is a little bit glitched because I see people requesting to talk, but it's not letting me like add them in. But
Interesting.
yeah, I will say, just to add on to what you were saying with the specialness, MG46. Again, just to go behind Gary with this. If you're so special, bro, if you're 1.8 billion to 1, you offset that many people. You're that special. You're that rare of an individual. Why don't you go out there and make it your own? Do your own account. Like, how is that difficult to you? Wouldn't that be like an amazing show of skills to just do all that, manifest all that crazy information, manifest that large account?
It would prove that he can do it. But we all know he can, including himself. That's why he lingers to that account that another man built for him. That information, like they're not following you for information, bro. They're following you for my information. Do you understand that? It has nothing to do with you. It could have been anyone else doing the same thing. It wouldn't have mattered. It had nothing to do with you. And for you to think you're special because you're basically, doing stuff like that. I mean, listen, bro. You need to look in the mirror. You're not special. Okay. You're just not. And I'm sorry if that's hard for you to understand. And, but I'm sorry if you think that, copying and pasting makes you special. It doesn't. It really doesn't. There's nothing special about it. Anyone can do it. And at the end of the day, you're basically lying to yourself. If you're that special, again, delete the Twitter account, start a new one. Make sure your brothers aren't propping you up. Don't put GG33 in the hashtag like every damn other person does to build cloud in the numerology community. I want you to think how much I have this shit on lock. I have numerology so much on lock. My enemies use my own hashtag to attack me because no one gives a fuck about them. So you have to attach yourself to my energy to be relevant. It says it all right there.
I just DM Andre. I sent out the signal to him. Sent out the bat signal for Andre to come up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But again, I'm not sure what's going on. If people are trying to request to talk, I don't know if I can see or if something's broken.
And again, MG, I know you're listening from one of your other accounts. Just come in here and talk, brother. Tell me what exactly I did for you. I mean, listen, when you disappeared for about 3 months, shit, I was smiling. I wanted nothing to do with you, bro. Absolutely nothing. Because the gold members were upset because you're posting too much. No one's trying to hold you down. You're posting too much. No one's trying to hold you down. The same thing happened to other people. One other person was a lot smarter than you. They fucking stopped doing that shit, and now they're in gold. Dummy. Fucking dummy. And not to mention what you're doing is holding your brothers down in the group too. You think they have any chance in advancement while you're doing this shit? I mean, again, go on your separate way. Give up the account that other people made for you, and all this will go away within 24 hours, man. I'm telling you, whatever you're dealing with, just give up the account. Give up whatever. All of it will go away very, very quickly. You know, can I tell you an interesting story?
Absolutely, we're all ears.
Okay. So, there were people in GG33 Academy who wanted to hex me yesterday.
Whoa,
Mm-hmm. And
whoa.
and the person who actually did it almost went to the hospital.
I mean, what? Like, you posted a video. I believe it was like 3 months ago, where you made the lights turn off with just, I guess, with a energy. Why would you want to mess with a man like that? I just don't understand.
You know, if people believe in stuff like guardian angels and stuff like that, I'm more protected than Fort Knox. What you think I'm actually on a mission. I'm here to enlighten people. And you better believe that I got spiritual backing like you would not believe. There, there there's no one who's gonna fuck with me. I've had like literally the Night Sisters cast spells on me and nothing happened. I just keep getting richer.
Could you give
No,
us a bit of insight into what that is?
the Night Sisters are probably the only legit witches on the planet. You got some amateurs who, just know a few things, but they end up fucking with themselves. The Night Sisters actually know how to use this shit, and they've hacked me. I mean, Iggy out of what's his name, Real
Andrew
World.
Tate's
He's
Fruit.
fucking he's fucking hexed me too. So a bunch of people have done it, but nothing really happens. And what people have to understand is this: um, if anyone throws anything at me, it comes at them 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times harder. You literally need a diamond to cut a diamond. So and by the way, diamond adds up to 33. So what makes anyone think that a 9 or a 7 or an 11 or someone could hex me? You don't reach my vibrational energy to even attempt to do something like that. But I tell you what, if you have negative intents, those guardian angels around me don't like it. And when people say I'm, going in people's dreams, it ain't me. It's people who don't like what you're doing. So I want people to understand something. Um, whatever my final mission is, it will be accomplished. Anyone who gets in my way, it's not a good idea. It's just not. And I advise people to, if they don't like me or they don't like what I'm doing, it's best for you to shut the hell up and go on the side, and there won't be any issues. Very simple. Nothing's gonna stop me. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing who can stop me except the Almighty Lord Himself. And obviously, He wants me to spread His language, because if He didn't, I wouldn't have done it to this point. I mean, you remember when we first met, right?
I do. I do remember
Didn't
that.
didn't I tell you I was going to do the exact same thing I'm doing right now?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Everything that you've told me is just it's like a checklist, and it's just going through it.
Hold on one second.
But yeah, I mean, just to back up Gary and what he's saying, it's it's kind of a wild delusion. I mean, just with the theme of the night, there might be something in the air lately. You gotta be like a little bit delusional to think that you're gonna go after this man like that. It's just you gotta be operating with some level of delusion. I mean, and that delusion is not gonna get you anywhere. It's not like an effect that's gonna be positive or gonna help you out in any way. So
Yeah, people need to get off the delusion. I mean, people, everyone wants to be special, but not everyone is. And people just got to accept that shit. Just got to accept that shit. Some people are foot soldiers. Guess what? You're still doing better than most people as a foot soldier. Do you understand how privileged you are to actually know some of the information I know? It's a privilege. It's a goddamn privilege to know what I know. And if you make, sign a contract that says you're going to honor that privilege, and then you don't, I mean, what do people think? I just make people pay me an H just because that's the number of money?
Karma. Karma.
Karma. And the best thing to do is to give up the account, MG, and everything will be fine very, very soon. Just give up the account. Very simple, because that's what's holding you back at this point, bro. You can't say that what you learn is evil and you're tweeting from the same platform that gave you the platform. Can't
And
do
by
that,
the
bro.
way, he's using the information. How are you gonna be? How are you gonna be claiming that you're with God and everything that you just learned is satanic, but you're still using it?
And you're still using
Makes
the
no sense.
information. You're still using the information. So if all this is satanic, it is what it
Fucking
is, man.
ridiculous.
It's absolutely funny, man. I
I
don't
mean,
force anyone. I don't force anyone to do anything. I don't force anyone to give me any money. I don't force anyone to sign anything. I tell people what the deal is. If they take it, then they take it. If they don't, they don't. I am one of the most uh, intellectual minds that ever existed in human consciousness. That's just the way it is. And the stuff I figured out, no one else on this planet would. Period. Fucking period. It's mine. I decide what goes and how it's shared. And if you're one of those people like, Gary, uh, if you have information that could benefit the world, it is your responsibility. Fuck that. It's not my responsibility to fucking help everyone in the world. Not everyone deserves fucking help. Most people are pieces of fucking shit. I have seen Walmart. I've seen Fortune 500 companies. I've seen some fucking bitch Pokemon fucking selling cookies for $28. I've seen fucking pastors telling people to donate $28, but I don't see my name attached to it. I don't see
and
homage when people do it.
and
You
by the
use my
way,
information, you give homage. You don't, ain't my fault what happens. It's
and by
very
the way,
simple. Pay homage. There's a reason homage starts with H, the eighth letter. There's a reason for this shit. Go ahead, man.
and by the way, you know, anyone in Gary's position would probably not be doing as much kind and generous things as Gary does. Just a simple thought out there. Like, how many people do you know that do the positive things, to have the positive impact, have the display of morality, and actually live it? It's very very rare.
I'm like, it shouldn't shock me anymore, but it still does. That, like, I could have kept this all to myself. I shared it with the world, some of it. And some of the people who tweet me word for word, call me a fraud. How do you tweet someone word for word, try to basically, you know, say the information is real, and then call the guy who came up with it a fraud? I mean, you deserve to die. Very simply. I don't give a fuck how that sounds. If you use someone's information, make it a part of your life, benefit from it, and then call the person a fraud, you deserve to die. Very simple. Now, that doesn't mean you will. I said what you deserve. It is my info. Mine. I had no teacher. It is mine. This is why I only released a certain percentage. I mean, what do you think? People in bronze have all my information? People in silver, people in gold have all my information? What are you, people nuts? People in gold have more than anyone else, that's for sure. But that's not how this works, guys. That's not how it's ever going to work. Respect the info. Respect the info.
What's going on,
Nothing
Andre?
else.
What up, fellas? We got Gary and fucking ML together. We
What's
got the
up?
band back together. Oh shit, the
What's up?
reunion tour in this motherfucker.
Nah, man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Just fucking getting a hang of this. Hey, man. I'm no better than the last time you saw me.
Got surgery.
Yeah, it's a lot worse now. It hurts. Fucking hurts, man. It is what it is. But guess what, man? I'm still fucking not taking those painkillers like they tell me.
You're not?
No, dude. I mean, I'm fucking be a man and fucking take this shit, man. Be a man and take it, man. Fuck it. I mean, even when this fucking happened, I only took one Motrin 800. I don't like fucking painkillers, man. Yeah, I like this instead.
Never done the screen.
I guess not.
Gary, what's good, bro? How you doing?
Double screw. What's up, Andre? Haven't talked to you in a while, brother.
What up, man? You back in the space with ML? Me and him been hosting a lot of spaces. Good to see the band back together, man. Good to see the band back together.
Two nine life pass, huh?
Hey, 99, you know what it is.
It is what it is, man. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up the space in about 10 minutes. Now I'll come in. Oh fuck. Yep. So again, I got injured bad, and if most of you guys were in my position, you'd be on fucking drugs. You'd be doing all sorts of shit. Me, nah, I fucking man the shit up.
Bro, the way you
Take the
posted
pain.
about the
Take the pain like
story,
a man.
I imagined you on like a scooter and a guy like popped out in front of you, knocked you off the scooter, and you like immediately turned him into a frog.
Actually, the guy who caused the accident, it wasn't his fault, so I have no ill will toward him.
Damn, that's real.
No ill will toward him whatsoever. Shit happens in life, man.
Did you try to walk it
Intent
off, or did
matters.
you know? Did you try to walk it
No,
off,
no.
or did
So
you know you were
I
fucked?
because I fell off a scooter so many times, bro, going 20, 30 miles per hour. I'm like, even though I'm a big man, I got these cat-like reflexes now when I fall off. But this time when I fell off, something hit the back of my heel, and when I tried to walk it off, I couldn't walk. This was like other times, and it was like, oh, okay, And again, it's 2023. I know people want to take credit for hexing me and shit like that, but it's 2023. 7 year injuries happen, just like Zerka blew out his shoulder twice. Aaron Rodgers, there's a lot of people been injured this year. And since I'm born in the seventh, it is what it is. People get injured, man. There's people out there who want to take credit for this. Careful. You never know what's going to happen to you.
What's good, man? What's good? What you guys been talking about? You guys just gassing that same fucking guy?
I mean,
That guy really pissed
there's
y'all
no.
off, huh?
I mean, listen. He says he's in training to be a god. I mean, he's not even in fucking gold. He was never even in gold. What the fuck do you fucking say some stuff like that when, brother? Have you even heard me ever say anything like that? Have you heard Roger say anything like that? We would never say anything like that, and we fucking run circles around this guy. It's just unfortunate because sometimes people have a victim mentality, and they think that people were against them, but they were doing something wrong, and they refuse to take accountability for that. It is what it is.
Dude has the balls to be like, you came at me in the dream realm last night, bro. I fucking know it. And in August. I'm
I
like, dog,
didn't
what the
come.
fuck?
I don't come at anyone in dream realms. I will say this. Something else might. Ain't me. Ain't me, brother. Something else might. Uh, I, you know, make sure. This is why people need to do what they say in life. If you do what you say in life, there's nothing that can hex you. There's nothing that can be a decent human being. And don't fucking do things that you know are wrong. Have the right intent in life. Nothing will touch you. Absolutely nothing. The fuck's going on there? Yo, people drunk. Haram. See? This is why you don't drink. Fucking do shit like that. I don't know, man. I
So
mean,
Gary, what
David's been
about this?
complaining about that for a while.
For someone that does not do hexes like me, I don't fuck around with none of that shit.
Uh-huh.
I try to just keep such a high karmic positive bank account where I'm a karmic billionaire treating people in a selfless manner that when they do me wrong, just whatever you want to call it, the karmic police comes and fucks them over. I don't got to do no rituals, none of that shit. Like the
I
get
mean
back just happens.
that's one way of looking at it. That's definitely one way of looking at it. At the same time, I don't think you've given anyone like the type of stuff I have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah.
You're
So
talking about like something that's NDA worthy.
of course. So when you sign a contract for a non-disclosure, and you have nothing but eights within that contract, and if you break that contract in some way, I mean, why am I at fault? Why am I at fault? I tell people what happens. I tell people what goes on. So if someone did something wrong, then the problem with it was that account. Give up that account. There won't be any more issues. Sounds pretty easy to me. What do you think?
So that's the whole thing. So if you basically, because I was wondering, I'm like, everyone's making it a pretty big deal. This guy must have made a tremendously large bag for it to piss everyone off this much.
No, he didn't make any bag.
It's
That's
just the
that's the whole
fact that
point.
like it's just the fact that you gave him the following and he's talking shit. So you're
Yes,
like, bitch,
yes,
delete the Twitter and start
pretty
over.
much,
That
pretty
okay?
much,
Okay, I
pretty
was
much.
wondering why it's so important. Now I get it.
Has nothing to do with money, bro. Has nothing to do with money, man. Listen, brother, give up the account. See how good your life feels the next day, bro. Promise you. I know you're listening. Just give up the account. As soon as you do, everything will be fucking fine and dandy. I don't know why people fucking even test me, bro. I just don't understand it. Like there's nothing to benefit from it. The guy was like working for me. I was like paying him. That MG guy.
Yeah, yeah.
How much would we have paid him out in this year? You would know better than me.
I mean,
Give me a ballpark. How much would we pay this guy out?
1-2 grand maybe.
All right, 2K. So the guy made 2K. What, around there?
Yeah, off of PDF.
Off a PDF. What about all the other shit? GG33 Academy affiliates. How much did you get off that?
Oh yeah, probably pushing 8-10.
Okay, so the guy made about 10K off GG33 affiliates, and he made 2K off a PDF. So he made about 10 to 12K this year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So and this is the guy who runs my financials, so he would know what someone got paid. So again, a guy gets paid about 10, 12K. And that's more than he paid me. That's more than he paid me to get in the group. So he's making money. And yeah, dude. Now we're getting to the bottom of this. So dude's making a shitload of money. Again, pushing numerology. He asked me for a job. I gave it to him. And then all of a sudden, oh, Max, the fuck is wrong with you? You asked me for a fucking job. I gave it to you. And now you're fucking crying about it. It's just ridiculous. Where does this stupidity come from?
I mean, how are you gonna complain about making money off of tweets? That's wild.
Fucking 10 to 12K. My guy just fucking said it. I didn't even know there was that much.
Off
Payments,
tweets.
tweets. I put them on. And I'm the devil now. This is
Wild.
comical.
Bro,
This is comical.
for the record, ML has been going to bat for you, trying to knock this dude's head off his shoulders verbally. So any bullshit that ML had should be admonished just for the fucking holding it down 10 toes down on some Gary shit. Like, I mean, I was like, bro, I don't even know the guy. I don't know why everyone's hating on him. Now I kind of got more context. He's being a little hoe, but I'll tell you what, ML's been going hard in the paint on this fucking fat dude. Hard in the fucking paint.
I'm a little bit overweight too, so let's not go after him for that.
Yeah,
then
but you
again,
also
I'm a lot
yeah,
older than him too.
that okay, that was what I was just gonna say, bro. You're not in your
Yeah.
fucking 20s. You know what I'm
I'm not in
saying?
my
Like
20s. I promise you, I did not look like that in my 20s.
my dad's
I promise
56,
you.
he's fat. Do I call him fat? No, he's fucking 56. Like what the fuck?
Not quite that old, but it is what it is, man. But I mean, I want people listening to imagine this. Someone asked me for a job. I gave it to them. They make 10, 12K, more money than they fucking, gave me to get in the group. And then all of a sudden, something happens and I'm to blame for everything. No. It's disappointing, man. Very disappointing, man. Very, very disappointing. But, I mean, it, it is what it is, man. It is
Yeah,
what it is. I
I think
encourage
we
him to give up his account.
I think we did pretty good though. I think we did pretty good for one day off of this small account, this 3.5K follower account. We scraped him for about 300 followers in one day. I think that's pretty sizable.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. I agree. 100%, man. As a matter of fact, by the way, give up the account. You don't have to give it to me. Just give it up. Just give up the account, bro. You didn't make it. I mean, we already took like fucking 10% of his following anyway. It is what it is, man. People are fucking ungrateful, man. Give them sacred knowledge, make them money, and then somehow you're the devil.
Which is insane. By the way, off of tweets making 10K from, I mean, I can't imagine what that guy was doing prior to that, but going from whatever he was doing prior to that and making 10K off of tweets, and then you have the audacity to get ungrateful about that. That's fucking wild.
It really is wild. It really is wild, man. And the crazy part is there's always people there to take up this because I got a lot of haters. So as soon as something like this happens, the haters come out the woodwork and start cheering him on. And these are basically people who are garbage. Again, the butterfly girl. First person to fucking say congratulations was the butterfly girl. MG, come on, man. I know you're listening. You're gonna take a butterfly girl over me? Seriously? Seriously? Tell me this. I know you don't have money, bro. You're part from a part of Texas that's pretty poor. I put 10 racks in your pocket, if not more. Are you insane? Who else would have fucking given your ass 10 racks? You didn't even have to fucking work, bro. You didn't have to go anywhere. You didn't clock in. You fucking made tweets. This is just ludicrous, man. And in all honesty, if you fucking listened to me, you would have made fucking 2030.
And I can only imagine how much of a huge improvement that would be. And by the way, again, MG46, that's off of tweets, bro. Process that. Sit with that. Sit with that thought for like 30 seconds. You made 10K off of tweets. What the fuck are you doing, man?
Malik Obama tweeted 21 hours ago, quote, "Ever since I met Fine GG33, I've been making money." That's the brother of the former president of the United States.
So
What
the
is
president of the
wrong with
United
you?
States gypped him, and then Gary comes in and
Yeah.
fucking offers him a job,
Yeah.
and he makes money. What
Yes.
the fuck?
Yes. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I have it's just amazing, man. It's just utterly amazing because it basically shows you no matter what you do in life, you're gonna have people who turn on you. You can't stay loyal to me. You can't stay loyal to anybody. No one in the world is gonna teach you what I teach you. It's just a shame, man. Just a shame, man. And again, all people have to do is have some common sense. That's it. Just have some common sense. You it just sounds like it's a fucking fairy tale that no, you would make someone fucking 5 figures doing pretty much nothing and teach them valuable info, and then within a few months they call you the devil. But I mean, another life down a life path did that like a couple years ago. There's this one girl, I fucking forgot the bitch's name, but I was really nice to her, man. You know, talked to her on the phone, helped her out, and then one day she tells me she's an angel. I'm thinking, okay, whatever. Then she tells me she's a literal angel, and she actually believes it. And then she tells me I failed in life, and I'm like, why did I fail? Well, she's like, because you should have taught me and fucked everyone else. That's what she told me. She told me I failed in life because she was an angel, and I should have spent all my time teaching her instead of wasting it on every other person in the group.
The delusion level of some of these nines is out of it's just absolutely insane. It's spectacular to watch. It really is.
It's like, are you serious? And then she would tell me that she's this angel and she was born again. And then I would ask her, do you have a job? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, well, if you're an angel, how come you can't manifest money? That's not the way it works. And they always got a coping mechanism in there. You know, if you're so powerful and stuff like that, why can't you manifest a couple of dollars? Why are you doing a 9 to 5?
I mean, surely if you're an angel, you could. I mean, it's such a lowly thing. I could only imagine it would be such a lowly thing for an angel, for something so divine, to bring a bit more bread into their life. I'm just saying.
And if that was the only time, it wasn't. There's another time. This one dude, you might remember this guy. Remember the guy who was trying to sell breathing exercises, going, yeah, he was trying to sell that shit.
Oh,
remember that clown?
Can you remind him of the name?
I forgot the fucking clown's name, but he was basically trying to tell people they had to meow, and he was trying to sell that information, and he couldn't. And then he made a tweet that he found a bicycle for $25, and he fixed it up and he sold it for $100, and you know, he felt like he accomplished a lot by doing that. I'm like,
no way.
yeah,
No way.
yeah. So that guy basically got thrown out. Remember the bitch who accused you of shit? He was thrown out too.
Yeah, which one was it? You're talking about the Dab one or the Bailey?
Yeah, Deb.
Oh God, that fucking one.
Yeah, the Asian whore.
I mean,
so she actually tried to get with you, and you said no, and that's why she got mad at you, right?
yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly why I interrupted you. I was gonna say I went to go. I mean, back in when I was inside the group in like I think it was like I want to think like 2018, 2019, and I started to I wanted to meet these people out in LA. I met Maya, I met this One Life Path horse, and then I went and met her. And I mean, we hung out. I got her a burger. We hung out, and she wanted me to go to this parking lot, like this empty, vacant parking garage. And I was like, "What are we doing here? Like, what's going on here? Like, why did you bring me over here?" And she was like, I mean, she just doesn't. She didn't really say anything. She was like trying to, deflect, kind of like what, I mean, no offense to rats, but you guys have that manipulative, that mouthpiece, and she was like trying to deflect and whatnot.
She was trying to have sex with you.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was alluding to. But
she's a whore.
I mean, I didn't do it.
She's a I don't understand that, but she's a Scorpio whore who couldn't control her fucking impulses, was getting wet, and she was basically trying to get you to do something that you didn't want to do.
I mean, absolutely.
And then when you didn't do it, she started making up rumors about you.
Yeah, she turned on me. It was about cooking time, about 2 months, and then she completely flipped. I mean, I remember she was telling me in the DMs, she's a nympho, and if you know what a nympho is, that's basically like a person who's completely addicted to sex. She was telling me that. I remember those DMs explicitly. And I didn't do anything, I don't personally like to fuck with whores. I've never have. I like women. I like actual like good females. Never did it. 2 months after I rejected her, boom. She starts a whole shit show. I'm this guy, I'm that guy, I'm an evil
Yep.
person, this, that,
Yep.
the other.
Yep.
Fucking crazy.
Yep. And you see, women, they're easily manipulated. So they get they call it emotional intelligence, but they hear a woman crying, they automatically believe her. So everyone starts saying, "Oh, he's a bad person." So here's the thing: these women make shit up, and especially whores. That's why there's such a difference between women and whores. Women are to be respected. Good mothers are to be respected. Whores need to be fucking stoned in the fucking street because this is what they fucking do. They cause drama. They lie. I mean, what happened to him is light. There's some women who got rejected by people and then they were accused of rape. These women would fucking go, steal condoms from these guys that were used and fucking put it up their vagina and fucking say they got raped.
Wild.
And there's this one story of how this one dude was in prison for like 5 years and he got out, and the same girl who sent him in there sent him a DM like, "Yo, can we forget about everything and get together?" And then she admitted that she made it all up. And guess what? No accountability for these women. Nothing. No jail time. No nothing.
And
That that that.
an interesting parallel here? Women that become whores, about that 30 to 31 to 32 mark, they typically start to turn to religion. They typically start to say, I'm one with God. I'm walking God's path now. I'm a changed woman. I'm reformed. I'm a reborn Christian. Isn't it kind of interesting that that's the same thing MG46 is saying? I just
Yeah,
found that
yeah,
wildly
yeah.
interesting.
I mean, when people need to feel better about themselves. So, if everyone's against them, they're gonna, make them seem like they're Jesus. These women, they don't see things the way a logical person would see it. They see it by how they feel. They feel a certain way. They feel this or they feel that. This is why a whore is more dangerous than a foreign army, because every fucking problem in life comes from feminism. All the weak men who are doing what they did most likely didn't have a fucking strong father in their life. Someone to whoop their ass when they fucking did something wrong. They didn't have that. And because they don't have that, shit happens. How we doing?
So it completely goes
So,
to the fucking female to be the disciplinarian,
yep,
and
yep.
she drops the ball.
Every time. Every time. Every single time. So, these bitches shouldn't be fucking voting. Uh, they have no business. And by the way, like if you think I'm just saying this because I'm on the space, I'd say this to anyone's face. Very simple. I'm not that guy who's like everyone else. I'm not that guy. This is exactly what I believe. 19th Amendment needs to get repealed. The sooner the better.
I mean, absolutely. It's kind of a fascinating thing too, because when you say emotional intelligence, you use the word intelligence. Why would
There's
somebody with
nothing.
a
Yeah, I
high
know.
IQ, why would somebody with a high IQ not be quote unquote emotional intelligence? Isn't that kind of like an oxymoron? Isn't that like a
100%. I don't even. I think it's like a made up fucking term. I don't even understand like emotional intelligence. Intelligence is the exact opposite of emotion. Again, this is shit women fucking make up. Just like if you go on Netflix, every fucking superhero woman is some kind of fucking woman putting a cape on and beating up the hell out of a fucking 1,000-man army and shit like that. The dumb fucking people believe this shit.
let's see that play out in real life. Let's see any woman try and whoop like 99.9% of most men. It just won't happen. That shit is
Again,
fucking
around the
insanity.
Ronda Rousey could probably whoop someone's ass. You'll probably find a few female bodybuilders who can whoop someone's ass. But I feel very confident in saying that the average man is going to put down 95% of women, flat out, easily. The average man will do that. A weak man will take most women, but you would have to have absolute the top female in the world to even do anything with an above average man.
And as they say, it's a very like respected and honored, like, piece of wisdom. The exception does not prove the rule. I'm gonna repeat that for everyone. The exception does not prove the rule. So that means that one off, that outlinear, is not the person who's going to be representative of the entire population. That is the point. It proves the rule that women can't they're not equal to men.
No, there. Anyone who thinks that women are equal to men is out their fucking mind, man. Out their fucking mind, man. I want you to understand something. Women can only go as far as men allow them. I'll give you an example. When Nazi Germany was falling and the Russians were invading, they had something called 8 to 80. That translates 8 to 80. Any girl who was 8 years old, any woman who was 80, getting raped. And
Wow.
no one stopped them because all their men were killed. So if there's no men, women get subjugated very, very quickly. Women's rights come from marching. Men's rights come from dying. Very simple.
That is wild. I mean, yeah, 100% agree.
I'll give you one more example. In 1860, the black man officially got the right to vote in America. People who the white racist people of the day, people who they considered 3/5 of a person, were given the right to vote 60 years before their own women. I want to repeat that. The white racists in the 1800s gave people, black people who they considered black men, 3/5 of a person. They gave them the right to vote in 1860. White women did not get the right to vote until 1920. They trusted people who they thought were beneath them before their own women. Tells you everything you need to know.
I mean, I know that's not going to make women happy, but it's 100% the truth. Imagine how much like of a disrespect that you have for a woman's intelligence to think something like that. That's like the biggest testimony there is.
Now, I can't think of anything in history that speaks more volumes than that. They literally gave slaves, who they considered slaves, the right to vote before their own women, their own mothers, their own sisters. They gave it to people they considered slaves because obviously women aren't up to it. They're just not. This society is going to crack. This Western culture is going to crack. It's the women who support the homosexuality. It's the women who are fucking being whores and going out there and fucking, breaking up fucking families. I literally saw a story the other day how some woman who was in her fucking late 30s saw some dude next door who she thought was hot, and she started fucking the dude next door, and eventually she fucking left her kids and her husband just for this dude. Just left her kids. Can you imagine the type of NPC you have to be to fucking leave your kids for some dick?
Oh my God, your own children.
Yes,
Like,
your own kids.
so many stories about that I've seen where they'll say, I'm outgrowing my family. Really, bitch? You're outgrowing your fucking family. Are you insane? Are you
Yeah.
fucking out of your mind? Your
Yeah.
own family, you're outgrowing them. Are you
Yep.
crazy?
Yeah. Yep. And that's why, in Islam they got stones. You make examples out of a few of these whores, and then they'll start closing their legs themselves. The legs need to be closed, ladies. Listen, if you're a lady and you're out there fucking manipulating guys and getting them to do whatever you want, and you're not opening your legs and you're not opening your mouth, congratulations, man. I got nothing but respect for you. Flat out. If you're a woman out there and you can get guys to buy you things, a house, a car, fucking $5,000 dresses, and you're not opening your legs or sucking any dick, you're a pimp. And I got nothing but respect for you. But see, once you cross that line, once you open your legs to get those material possessions, you're a fucking whore. and you fucking failed your reincarnation, bitch.
I mean, absolutely nothing but agreement there. And you have to think about this really deep. It should be understood that as these women go out there and they go and interact with other people in society, nothing comes above their feelings. And that's what fucks everything up. Nothing
You know,
comes above their feelings.
Tahute said something that was really relevant last time I did a podcast with him. He said a nation can rise, it can't rise above its women. So if a nation's women is garbage, the nation will be garbage. And I understand that. I completely understand it. A nation cannot rise above its women. So if you want a solid fucking nation, you better have a whole bunch of women who actually know what the fuck their role is. Think about it, like France is going to be Islamic in about 20, 30 years. Those women are soldiers. They have fucking kids, one kid a year. One kid a year. These Muslim families, Gaddafi said, will use the womb as a weapon. The women know their role in their society. It's to give birth and make sure they can overtake the population that way. While the white man and creeping in the black man too are playing with these homosexual games, the Muslims
Insane.
are over there fucking procreating. I've said this many times, and within 20, 30 years, numerology and astrology is going to overtake religion. There is not a shadow of a doubt in my mind. And GG33 was here to plant the seeds. Did what I had to do. You guys remember all this shit used to be beta? Remember
I
all
mean,
that shit?
absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. No man respected it.
Yeah. No man respected it. This is all beta. Interesting. Now all these guys are into it.
Yeah, all of them turned.
Which just shows you we're ahead of our time. That's all it is. They were just behind it. We're ahead of our time. And I mean, literally people who said this is garbage are now 100. I mean, the war room pays everyone on the 28th. Wonder why. Where'd
Very,
they get
very
that information?
interesting.
Where'd they get that information at? Dylan, you out there giving people info? Dylan Madden, a former GG33 bronze member.
Yeah, I was gonna speak on number one. Everyone knows, like when I first met Gary, I was having a different perspective, like many do, because you only have the perception that you're, born with, and then what you learn. And so I thought, shit was all a scam. Gary's like, I'll give you $100,000 cash. All you got to do is debunk it. And so if that is the angle you go at, and someone's like me, where they're like, if the truth is on my side, I'm getting 100 grand. Fuck it, I'm gonna debunk it. You apply it to your surroundings, the next thing you know, you're like, fuck. This is accurate. God damn it. So that's the first thing. It's accurate. If you apply it to your everyday life, it definitely pencils out. And the second thing was you guys talked about emotional intelligence. I think of two different quotes. The one is from Kanye West. He says, I don't have a high IQ, I have the highest EQ in the world. And they say, what's EQ? He said, the ability to read the room and have great taste. And so it's like a feminine intelligence is the way I look at it. It's like a man that's or a woman that's like mastered the ability to read the room and also basically like hear what's unsaid.
Sounds like a body language expert to me.
Yeah, I don't know if EQ exists, man. I'll just give you a slight pushback on it. I don't know if it equal exists. I think it's just IQ in one selected area. That's all I think it is.
I don't like the word EQ as emotional intelligence. I like it as educational intelligence because someone could be smart and someone could be educated. So that's the way I use EQ, not as emotional intelligence because that's a lie. I look at it as basically educational intelligence. How educated are you?
Yeah, and to go back off of what Gary was saying about a woman's place. I mean, I talk to feminists. I talk to all these different types of girls. Every single female that tries to come at me, I make sure that I drive home the point and try and convert them. I make sure if they're attracted to me in any way, if they have any of that pull, and a few women are, I make sure that I
I'm about to
convert
get out
all
of
of
here.
them.
1 second. Want to ride back? You leaving already? Yeah. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'll be back.
Yeah. So I mean, that was a fucking legendary spaces. To the
Especially
DMs between you
with
and
the
me.
people who are so close to Gary. You guys really need to vent to somebody. And you know what?
If I
I
look at,
really like Christian. He was a really good person. You know
yeah, I
me.
will.
You know me, Gary. You were in my
She's
DMs. You
going
were in
at
my
all
DMs
my
talking
members
about
Shut
trying to
up.
get information out of them, and that's just not gonna work out. Get me anything you.
Gary. You were in my
I'm gonna
DMs
put a
talking
lot
about
of.
I'm gonna be rich.
I'm gonna get
Gary,
private investigators. If there's any
do
dirt
it,
on this
do it,
bitch,
do it.
if
You're gonna have to
if
sue
she
your
owes
own.
people the IRS money, she's
Do
done.
it, do it, do it.
You fucking evil whore.
Do it.
You
And
evil
and sue
whore.
BK,
Evil fucking whore.
sue BK while you're at it.
And by the way,
Sue BK.
she's
See,
very
sue
delusional if she's
BK.
thinking I ever wanted this
Sue
female.
Michael. Sue all of them. Because guess what? Everybody sees.
Guy who made
Sue me.
numerology
I dare
famous
you.
worldwide.
Sue me.
Something no
Sue
one else
me.
could do in
Sue
world
me.
history.
Sue me. Sue me. Sue me.
A lot worse
Sue
than
me.
that. Don't worry
Guess
about
what?
it.
I'm in Chicago. I'm in
Oh, don't
Chicago.
worry.
Come
Don't
here. Come
worry.
here.
You'll be
Come here.
seeing me very
Yes.
soon.
Yes. Yes.
You'll
Sue
be
me.
seeing me
Sue
very,
me.
very soon.
Sue
Not
me.
only that,
Sue.
your family, everybody. Don't worry about it. We're gonna handle this. We're gonna handle
You're
this
so big
legally. We're gonna handle this
and tough.
spiritually.
You're
We're
so
gonna
big
handle
and
this
tough.
real because you're a fucking evil whore who I would never let in my group. So now
I'm
you
an
want to
evil
fucking
whore
go
because I'm
around
trying to.
pretending you're a good person to try to fucking get information off people.
Oh my.
You're not getting shit off anybody. You fucking
No,
skank. You skank.
I don't need to because I'll go stuff. Keep on muting me. Keep on muting me.
Listen,
I will.
Exactly.
listen, get
Exactly.
rid of
Because
this
you
hoe. Get rid of this hoe.
freely censor the truth.
Get rid of that hoe.
Gone.
So,
Gone.
yeah, listen, let's get on a private call and I want to know everything you know about this bitch. She's obviously stalking my
Yep.
people.
I mean, by the way, just for the record, she was coming into my DMs multiple
Oh, I'm
times.
sure. She's
I
probably coming
actually
into multiple GG33 guy members' DMs trying to milk them for information. I've seen this many times. I'm gonna make her life a little difficult. If there's anything she did wrong, if she owes the IRS money, if she has a speeding ticket somewhere, if she fucking did something that's illegal, we'll fucking put it all over her. If she's fucking doing anything that's fucked up and she's working a job, we'll fucking make sure to send that information there. We'll fucking make this bitch's life. I don't know why she stuck her nose into my business, but you know I'll spend $50K just to fuck with someone. So we'll. Hey, my man, hold on. You're in here. Where's my dude? NKC. We'll talk about this
Young
tomorrow
King.
as well. Mike, when get done with this spaces, I'll give you 5 minutes.
Sounds good. Yeah. Again, for the record, she's butterfly female. You see exactly real time how they fucking work. They'll turn all this bullshit against you. They'll act like you're this fucking satanic person. By the way, all I did was talk to her on the phone, and for max 2 hours, max, and she fucking turns this into all this bullshit. I mean, it's just insane how they work. It really is.
Yep. Or vulnerabilities, anyone I have arguments with, and they target them right away. You know, these are basically, you know how people have groupies. Well, they're basically groupies for information, and they want my information, and they feel entitled to it. They feel like like it should be theirs. So, we'll know how to take care of this. I'm not worried about this. Anyways, pleasure talking to anyone. I'm out. I'll give you a call in about 5-10 minutes, my man.